Hey guys, King of Charmanders here, and today I bring to you a video on the best Coral Pukei-Pukei weapons. Do you need to build them? So Coral Pukei-Pukei has some great water elemental weapons. While some are better than others, we are going to take a look at what Coral Pukei-Pukei weapons have to offer. Are they great? Are they really great? Well, we're going to figure that out. And we will be comparing Coral Pukei-Pukei to the other water monster types in the game. So there's multiple water elemental weapons in the game now, so let's do a comparison of each and every one and see which ones stand out. Alright, first we're going to start off with the Coral Pukei-Pukei weapon types. There are 6 Coral Pukei-Pukei weapon types. We have the Laguna Blossom for the sword and shield, the Laguna Golem for the great sword, the Aqua Flora for the hammer, the Laguna Blitz for the light bowgun, the Laguna Shot for the bow, and the Laguna Pike for the lance. Alright, now let's compare the Coral Pukei-Pukei weapons versus the other water elemental water types. Here we compare the top DPS builds from the light bowgun and sword and shield water elemental weapons at grade 10, level 5 out of 5, and versus water weak monsters. Again, this assumes 10 5 out of 5 weapons, and you're against water weak monsters. And as you see per these results, the clear winner is Coral Pukei-Pukei, as it has a higher total versus Great Jagras and Gyrototus. So for Coral Pukei-Pukei, 1,463 plus 1,420 equals 2,883. For Gyrototus, you have 1,549 plus 1,131 equals 2,680. And for Great Jagras, you have 1,644 plus 754 equals 2,398. Unfortunately, Coral Pukei-Pukei weapons have limitations. Coral Pukei-Pukei is a subspecies, so it is very difficult to encounter unless it is boosted during events. You're not going to find these everywhere outside on the map or on your screen unless it's an event or something's going on. And subspecies weapons are difficult and expensive to build. The cost to build a grade 10, level 5 out of 5 Coral Pukei-Pukei weapon from a new forge requires you to slay an estimated 498 7-star Coral Pukei-Pukei. To put in a hindsight, that's the silver medal for Coral Pukei-Pukei. This does not include obtaining Wyvern Gem Shards and Zenny. So, you have to shell out 400, even if you add in like the estimated Zenny from the 7 stars, that's still 360k. Well, I'm terrible at math, but it's about that much. So yeah, it's not going to be exact. But you also need 90 Wyvern Gem Shards. Yeah, it's a lot of material if you want to upgrade this to maximum power. In addition, earplugs level 1 isn't the greatest equipment skill to have for a weapon. There are better ones out there. Sadly for Coral Pukei-Pukei, it seems like earplugs for roars just seems to be the one they wanted to give it. Out of the 24 large monsters in Monster Hunter now, only 4 of them are weak to water elemental. So yes, there are only 4 monsters weak to water, and they are Kuluyaku, Great Gyros, Tobi-Kadachi, and Anjanath. In the future, this may change, and more monsters weak to water elemental will be released. However, it's just, as I state right over here, it's really expensive to build, and even if they do come out later, you're going to have to rely on Coral Pukei-Pukei coming out for events. I think it's probably going to come back in the future, as if you remember, for the 20th anniversary, they brought out Black Diablos, Azeratlos, and Pink Rathian. They're probably going to do it again for Coral Pukei-Pukei and the other variants coming out later this year. Now that we have the limitations out the way, if you still want to build Coral Pukei-Pukei weapons, here are the ones you should build in order. The Coral Pukei-Pukei weapons probably not worth building, the Great Sword and the Hammer. The Great Sword and Hammer are great weapons with their own set of tools and abilities. However, given how expensive Coral Pukei-Pukei is, it might not be worth it in the long run. The best builds all use a combination of Water Elemental Attack 5 and 4 along with Crit and Weakness Exploit. So all of them still do a lot of damage. However, again, it's expensive, and for Water Element, there's only 4 monsters that really benefit you. So you might not want to do it for these weapon types. For the next set of weapon types that are somewhat worth building, you have the Sword and Shield and the Lance. And kind of the only real reason is because the Sword and Shield, along with the Lance, have the ability to guard. This allows for offensive guard level 5 builds that can increase damage if you're an expert at activating him. However, the limitation is that it only does a little more damage overall than the elemental attack 5 builds. I think if you put him in comparison, I think it's like 200 points, which in short term is a lot. But to proc offensive guard, it needs you to take damage for it to proc. So it's a double-edged sword. So yeah, it just really depends. Honestly, the only reason why these are a step up above the other two is just because you can guard. Other than that, there's really no justification for you to build them. And that's just really the story it is with the Coral Pukei-Pukei melee weapons. They just aren't really worth it or somewhat worth it. It's up to your discretion though. And last but not least, we have 2 Coral Pukei-Pukei weapons you need to build if you main them. The Coral Pukei-Pukei light bowgun. With a Coral Pukei-Pukei coil, there is a potential for you to do a massive amount of damage. Recoil down 3 and reload speed 3 is incredible. If we look at the potential theoretical damage using the light bowgun over the Coral Pukei-Pukei, you can do a massive amount of damage versus water weak monsters. And if we take a look at the data, sticky ammo just has ridiculous damage. All the ammo for Coral Pukei-Pukei also synergizes well range-wise. The reason why it's better than the Gyrototus, because Gyrototus has sticky ammo as well, but it has spread ammo. So spread, you have to be up close, then you go back to do sticky, which is really annoying. With the Coral Pukei-Pukei ammo, you have water ammo, pierce ammo, and sticky ammo. So you can just stay in optimal range and just blast, which is why you get more of a percentile increase as far as damage goes. But these numbers are pretty stupid. Stupid good, I mean. Not stupid bad, just really good. So, yay, light bowgun users rejoice. Coral Pukei-Pukei water weapon might be for you either now or in the future. And the other of the two that you need to build if you main them is the Coral Pukei-Pukei bow. This bow has rapid level 3 at charge level 2. This means you can spam rapid shots with only one blink. You can literally just hold, slap it on, and then just machine gun down monsters with rapid. Rapid also got buffed and is more accurate and faster versus the other two bow shot types. For some reason, people don't really like spread or pierce, even though they aren't that bad. But the fact of the matter is, if you have rapid, it is the most accurate because all of them will hit one target. And for this one, rapid level 3 will just blast away at your monster that you're just right in front of. And if you look at the builds, here's the builds right over here. Although the damage data isn't too crazy, this weapon can quickly take out monsters with water elemental weaknesses. So, it can, the keyword is can. The damage isn't as much as the light bowgun overall just because of ammo types, but you could definitely do a lot less dodging and just one blink machine gun down monsters. Hopefully this helps you with what Coral Pukei-Pukei weapons you want to build. Take into account that these weapons may have more potential in the future, we have decorations coming in the future, etc., and possibly updates to gear and more things. So these might not be great now, but hey, later on they may be great if you don't plan on building the light bowgun or the bow. Like I mentioned, not to say the weapons won't be buffed in the future or something like that, or something else will come down to where these weapons will be really useful. So, whatever you decide to do, hopefully this video helped you out in deciding what you want to do. Please do me a huge favor, like, subscribe, and comment for the YouTube algorithm. Hopefully y'all had a wonderful time for your Coral Pukei-Pukei grinds. Don't worry, it's going to come back for future events in the future if you didn't get everything you needed now. They do that all the time. This is going to be the first time it's going to be around. It's going to come back again. So, don't fear you're going to miss out. Again, good luck on your grinds, and I will see y'all on the next video.